Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's continuous discussion on Bhaktiyaloka under the series, under the title of Prajalpa. We are speaking about Prajalpa, which is idle talking. Okay, today is 15th February 2025, Saturday morning. We have gathered here to further discuss about Prajalpa. When you look at all that, the previous instructions, like for instance, Atyahara, then Prayasa, and looks like he's having the what they call the longest commentary by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, because that's very important. Prajalpa, it's a cause of all trouble. Yes or not? Even even in our normal life, even in a material life, political life, then in everywhere, the whole world is under turmoil because of unnecessary talking. The same thing here. So we understand when this nonsense talking sometimes can create a lot of trouble. Like we have studied in Nectar of Instruction, talking nonsense is just like a croaking of a toad, the frog, the toad, after the rain. So they will keep croaking and croaking and croaking. What happened? It attracts the snake. It attracts the snake. So the snake knows, there's a meal for me there ready, calling me to eat them. So similarly, when all this nonsense talking, idle talking, it basically ends in trouble. Not only in a material life, but also in spiritual life. Okay. So today we're going to speak on debate. Okay, under Prajalpa, debate. What is debate is all about? Okay. So without further ado, let's do our invocation prayer to our spiritual master, to all previous acharyas, to get their causeless mercy, especially from Bhaktivinoda Thakur, since we are going into deep studies of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Just now, the song that we heard is also from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It is so heart-touching song. Maybe later I'll share in the group, and so that you can relish the translation. Okay, he wrote it at a very ripened age. Then he was lamenting. Even Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, thinking that it's not done enough. Okay, so with that, then let's do our invocation. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Darati Swaparantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Parakamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shahagara Raghunatha Vidantam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Nama Om Vishnu Padai Krishna Prishtai Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasachare Starine Nama Om Vishnu Padai Krishna Prishtai Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Niti Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitai Kripa Daye Krishna Sambandha Vignanataine Prabhavi Namaha Madhuryo Jola Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktira Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Patitanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Bhujayate Namaha Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhume Stamni Dasa Sajana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhescha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavebhayo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Garatise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhakta Avadaram Bhaktatyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Guru Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Putali Srimati Jayapataka Swami Dinamini Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaurakada Damataya Nagaragramatarini. Okay, let's continue our discussion. Can you all see the screen? Can you see the screen?
Can.
Okay, now, okay, so let's recap quickly what we have read yesterday. So yesterday we are talking about others. Talking about others. When we speak about others, okay, when we speak about others, actually we are creating prajalpa, which is not necessary, which creates so much of unnecessary, without okay, because talking without reason, all right, extremely adverse to devotional service. So many people talk about others. Many people talk about others to establish their own reputation, right? And being envious, some people are accustomed to discuss others' character. The minds of those who are busy with such topic can never be fixed on the lotus feet of Krishna. And talking about others should be rejected in all respect. Okay, it is rejected in all respect because we are actually trying to prove our supremacy, our greatness by putting down on someone. But at the same time, but when you're going to speak about others in order to enlighten, example, like we speak about the Mahajans or the Gurus, they like to speak about others, like example, like Hiranyakshipu. What did he do about Ravana? So we speak about them in order to make a point to enlighten person to become Krishna conscious. It is not Prajalpa, right? So, like another example that given here, the Sukadev Goswami gave example like envious householder is passed at night either in sleeping or in sex indulgence, in daytime making money and maintaining family, right? So these people are known as Atma, devoid. They don't understand what is Atma Tattva, and are always attached to fallible soldiers, to the fallible soldiers. Fallible means the one that is not eternal. Okay, it's like doesn't. It is not. It is can be destroyed. Okay, like body, children, wife. All right. So when this kind of talk is given, it is not considered prajalpa because they are trying to make a point. They're trying to make a point to further enhance or further understand the subject. Okay, it's not Prajalpa. So when you talk something just to make your supremacy for your own sense gratification, to think that you are great, that is called Prajalpa. But at the same time, when we speak about someone, in order to make a proof of point, it is not Prajalpa because that's meant for enlightening. All right. Prabhu, the screen doesn't display the text from the book. The screen does not display the text from the book. What does that mean, Mataji? I don't understand.
So usually you'll have the display of the book right on your screen.
Yeah.
This time that is not appearing. It's more of the like the home desktop. It's showing that. No, like here we can see the Bhaktivinoda Thakura PDF is not clicked.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, that's what I was wondering. Okay, now?
Yeah, now it's appearing.
Okay.
Right. Right.
So then, okay, so that's what we have this thing, and then we also saw that reference from Srimad Bhagavatam, Itam Viprapya Mati, Papyam Utpapam Gata, Anuniyamanas Tat Yaknam, Na Chakre Prasta Mangala, right? the great sage Mahisha Kuni, thus the king has become unintelligent due to sinful deviation from the right path. So all these things he spoke to his audience is not considered Prajalpa. Okay. Then, all right. So with that, we understand when we're going to speak something just to prove our supremacy, all right, to show that we are great and all these things is called Prajalpa. But when we're going to refer to someone, we're going to speak about someone to enlighten one another, all right, in order to make a point, okay, in order to convince someone, okay, see what these people have done, it is not considered Prajalpa, right? So what we should do is, we should always try to avoid talking about others and try to even like thinking about others and all these things, what the fellow have done, all these are still considered Prajalpa. All right, now let's look at debate. Okay, under the title debate. All right, so the debate arises only from desire for conquest. All right, the debate, when we want to debate with someone, is because we have a desire to conquer someone, desire for conquest. Example, when we are debating, like example, like in America presidential election, after they go around speaking about propaganda and all this, at last they come and have a debate. The both presidential candidate will debate. They try to receive. So what is that idea about debating? Not to prove a point, but to desire to conquest. So the idea about debating is to put someone down. When the someone falls, another one conquer them. So that's the idea about debate, right? So Srila's Bhaktivinoda Thakura is saying, this is extremely abominable. I mean, this is extremely sinful. Fault finding, all right, fault finding arises only from imposing one's bad habit on others. You understand what I mean? Right? So when we do fault finding, a thief can recognize another thief. Okay? A person who are involved in some kind of habit, bad habit, right? So that is when you can discover that another person also has that habit. You got it? Like for instance, when we see, okay, example like, okay, when a person is drunk and is coming, the expression of his face and all this. So when a person who have not experienced drinking, when you look at that person, that he might think, oh, that person must be very tired. He's extremely lethargic. He looked like a zombie because he's so tired. So they say, okay, he need to see. But when a person who has that drinking habit, when they look at them, this place drunk. You understand what I mean? So fault finding arises only from imposing one's own bad habit on others. Please underline the word. This should be given up in all respect. Okay. So this is what they call Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving warning. They should be given up in all respect. Fault finding, it is very dangerous. So speaking falsehood is another form of useless talk, right? Speaking which is false, which is lie, right? This is another form of useless talk. So worldly talk is completely rejected by renounced devotees. So in what they call in a conclusion, so it says worldly talk is completely rejected. Householder may accept some worldly talk that is favorable to devotional service. All right. If topic like archaeology, zoology, okay, example like if the topic like archaeology, zoology, astrology, geography are devoid of God consciousness, that should be rejected. Okay, that should be completely rejected. So, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 12, Chapter 12, text 49 to 50, Sri Shukadev Goswami said, Mrusha girastahya satir asat kata. Asat kata means, sat means spiritual, asat means non-spiritual. All right? Asat kata. Na katyate yat bhagavan adok sajaha. Tat evam satyatak yu haiva mangalam. Tat eva punyam bhagavat gunodayam. Tat eva ramyam ruchiram navam. Tat eva shashvan manaso mahotsavam. Tat eva shokarnava shoshanam nirnang yat uttama shloka yasho nugiyate. Words that does not describe that word that does not describe the transcendental position of the personality of Godhead, but instead deal with temporary matters are simply false and useless. Asat. Only those words that manifest the transcendental qualities of the Lord are actually truthful, auspicious, and pious. Those words describing the glories of all famous personality of Godhead are attractive. Those words describing, okay, those words describing the glories of all famous personality of Godhead are attractive, relishable, and ever fresh. Indeed, such words are perpetual festival for the mind. I mean, such words are perpetual festival for the mind, and they dry up the ocean of misery. All right. So sometimes when we speak about Krishna, when we speak about the pastimes of the Lord, we can go on talking and talking and talking. So what is that? It's perpetually, it is the festival in the mind. Okay, the mind will be so much in ecstasy. Festival means what? Excitement, right? When we are coming towards, oh, there's a Taipusam is coming, or there's a Deepavali is coming. So when we are looking forward, that means we are preparing for excitement. Right? We are preparing for excitement. So, so that is the thing. So when there is excitement, there'll be no space for lamentation. There's no space for sadness, shoka. So now it says here what? That eva shokarnava shoshanam nirnam. That means there's no place for soga. Soga. Sokarnava means soga. Soga means sogam. Sogama. Sogangal. All right? There's no place. And at the same time, when the thing is happen like that, what it will happen? They'll dry up the ocean of misery. We are somehow or other, we have already into this ocean of miserable condition. So this kind of things, according to in Bhagavatam, it's mentioned, it will perpetually will dry up the ocean of misery. Speech in the form of blaspheming sadhus. This is another very important. Okay, another very important topic here is speech in the form of blaspheming sadhus is the source of all great inauspicious. All right. So, if one, another thing is then after that, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving another firm warning. He says, but if one wants to attain devotional service to Hari, if one you want to attain, he should make a vow like this. You have to make a vow. And what is that vow? The vow is, in this life, I will never blaspheme sadhu. In this life, I will never blaspheme. I will never blaspheme sadhus. Okay. So devotees are sadhus. And by blaspheming them, all one's virtue are destroyed. By blaspheming the supreme pure Lord Mahadev, Prajapati Daksha, the best of ascetic, met with severe inauspiciousness. Okay. Then not only that, by blaspheming the supremely pure, all right, Mahadev, Prajapati Daksha, and the best of ascetic met with severe inauspiciousness. Okay. So now let's look at this. Offending devotee, blaspheming. What is blaspheme means? Blaspheme. There's few categories. The one category is to put them down. To create something which does not exist. To speak about something. Or do you know that this devotee have done this? This devotee have done that. That is blaspheming. Number two, when we start to look at that previous habit or condition of that devotee. Once upon a time, this was a drunkard. He was a woman hunter. Or like sometimes they say, I don't believe in Western sannyasis. I prefer to take initiation from Indian body sannyasi. Because the Western sannyasis, they are deceived. So once upon a time, they have eaten beef. All these kind of things blasphemy. All right, it's very common, you know, sometimes. Oh, I prefer Indian guru. There's no such thing, Indian guru or what, because that's what Srila Prabhupada have already gave in a purport. Gave a purport in this Nectar of Instruction. when he started to give Goswami title to the Western devotees, the Indian Orthodox Hindu Vaishnavas, they start to criticize Prabhupada. So we should always avoid that, because anyone who have taken up the chanting of the holy name, they are eventually will become Goswami. What is the purpose of chanting the holy name? So that we become perfect. See, when we accept initiation from a guru, what do guru give us? You know, so once we approach a guru, he gives you initiation. So what does he give you? He's not giving you miracle. He is not giving you what they call a boon. He's not giving you boon. He's not giving you any kind of what they call promises. He give you the seed of bhakti. So once he said that seed of bhakti to receive from spiritual master is very auspicious. So once we receive the seed of bhakti, right? So when we accept the name, we change our name and everything. Impregnate the mother through the semen or the seed, right? Then after that, the mother, and after that, the thing will turn into zygote and turn into baby, you know, womb and everything. Then you start to turn into a child. Okay. Then after the child is born, okay, when the child is in the womb, it's mother's duty to look after the child, make sure that she eats well, she take care of the nutrition, she make sure that she don't get agitated, she don't get frustrated, you know, make sure that she has to be this, you know, she have to always, and make sure that she don't do these kind of severe things that can create abortion. She have to look after the child. The father have already given the seed and just went off. All right. But the mother has the one have to take care. So after all the thing take care, then after that, the child is born. So the child is born is according to how the mother have taken care, even the character. What the mother thinks, it affects the child. So, and when the child is born, then after that, of course, then after that is how you're going to bring up the child. All right. So anyway, so that is how. So the guru is only giving you the seed, and it's our duty. How are we going to cultivate that seed? So the what on you bhakti beach, the seed of bhakti, the creeper. I've given you this. Now you cultivate it. All right. So, and you cultivate through my mercy and also my ashirvad, my blessings. Then after that, Guru will just pray to the deities, please make my devotees a pure devotee at your lotus feet. Then it's our duty. We have to take the seed and plant it in a very nice place with good environment. Then we have to water the seed and let the seed grow. When the seeds start growing, it has to grow. So we have to cultivate it. So in other words, it's just like, have you all remember the story about Jack and the beanstalk? Anyone remembers that during childhood time? Who don't know what is Jack and beanstalk? Everyone knows? If you know, put thumbs up. I want to know at least 1 or 2 person who knows this. Jack and the beanstalk. Who is that person? Thumbs up. Oh, Vivian knows that. How about others? Do you all know the story or not? Your kindergarten time. Kindergarten, you know, they used to talk about Jack and the beanstalk.
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
Okay. So the Jack and the beanstalk, what happened? Suddenly, what they call a magician or what I don't know what the term they call. I forgot the term, but a kind of lady come and this Jack will make her happy, right? Do something or give something or something like that. So in action, I think in exchange is goat. So the lady says, since you're so good, I'll give you the seed. Right? It's a magical seed. Then he come back home, he tell the mother, I sold the goat or something like that in exchange with the seed. The mother will get very angry. We are so poor, we need food to eat. You just exchange the seed. Nonsense. She takes the seed and throw outside. And what happened? Then the seeds start to grow. When you see, if you all remember the Jack and beanstalk, it looks like a creeper. Yes or not? It looks like a creeper. Do you all remember? Do you all remember that?
Yes, Prabhu.
So it looks like a
Yes,
creeper.
Prabhu.
Because the beans, if you look at the beans plant, it's a creeper. It's just creeper, and all the beans will be like hanging downwards. All right, paitanga in Malay, in Tamil we call paitanga. So it goes up, it creeper, and it go up to the sky, the place of Asura, great demon, or the big giant. Sorry, land of the giant. So what happened? This boy will somehow or other will climb into that, goes to that, and start to take all these what they call the magical hand that produces golden egg, and start to produce all this until one day when the giant finds out, the giant wants to come down, wants to come down to catch Jack, and Jack will cut the plant tree off, and of course there's a story. So like that, our spiritual master have given us the seed of bhakti. And this seed of bhakti is very mystical. Very, very mystical. The seed you plant in your heart and you cultivate by devotional service. You nourish it by chanting of the holy name, through the cultivation by devotional service, and nourishing it, like watering it with the Harinam, Japa, Bhajan. The seed start to sprout. The seeds start to sprout from your heart, right? As we all know, right? So as we all know that we are hidden somewhere deep in horizon. Give me a second. Can you see the whiteboard? Everyone? Everyone, can you see the whiteboard?
Yes, can see, Prabhu.
So this is the dark universe that we are living in, right? In this universe, somewhere in this universe, right, in the side, okay, there's a small tiny place called Earth. All right, in this small, can you see that dot, Earth dot? Okay, this is the place that we are living in. We are living in such a tiny space, and this place is full of darkness. All right, so we are staying in this one tiny spot here, right? And somewhere in the horror darkness, we are somewhere here. Okay, and this space, all right, this space is full of darkness. This is behind this solar system. Imagine we are somewhere stuck here, and we are given, and in this place there is no way that we can really escape from any of the condition. So we need to have a tiny sun here to illuminate us. Even the Earth from this entire galaxy is just like another star. And once you enter the Earth, there is a huge continent. That's what 7 seas and 1, 2, 3 continents: African continent, European continent, and Asian continent. In that Asian continent, somewhere you come to the southernmost of the Asian continent, almost at the tip of the Asian continent, it's Malaysia. In that Malaysia, we are scattered all around. We are in Ipoh, we are in Johor, we are some of you from KL, Perlis, and all these places we are scattered. So we are somewhere here, so even when we go up to that skyscraper, even you go to the Twin Tower, from there you see the men all look like a stick. So by the mercy of the spiritual master, we are given the creeper. All right, we are given the creeper, and we start to chant Hare Krishna. Okay, so when we start to chant Hare Krishna, from there, from our heart, the plant will start to grow. It start to go creeper. Okay, it's growing and it's going, and somehow or other, okay, this birth done. Then the next birth, we continue, then or maybe this thing. So we are just continue going, okay, up to this level. All right. So then what happened in that darkest ignorant place, which is full of darkness. Okay, we are here. Okay, darkness. There's another place which is called the spiritual abode, which is full of light. Okay, so what happened? The creeper that is been continuing from here, it some or other goes and breaking all, because when you look at the universal structure, there is so much of explanation. Right? That means here we are talking about the Mahameru, Mount Meru, and what is that level of the Meru. Then you go there, then you go up. There's a 7 layer. The last layer is the Ahankar. Okay, somewhere is the last layer. That is the place which is impossible to break away. So some or other, by the mercy of the spiritual master, the beams and the layer is going up to here. All right. Then after that, it continues into the spiritual world. It continues spiritual, until reach the ultimate abode, the abode of Goloka Vrindavan, where we are here to visit. So all these areas is called spiritual sky, right? Spiritual sky, or we call as Vaikuntha. It is a place of Vaikuntha planet. Okay. And of course, the light illumination, the yellow color light, okay, the illumination from the body is called Brahmajyoti. So, some or other, by the mercy of the spiritual master, we have some or other come and reach. So, we almost reach. Okay, almost reach. But when we offend a devotee, what happened to the creeper? The creeper is destroyed on the spot. You are so near. You came across all these darkest ignorance from so many birth and death, so much of struggle. You are somehow or other became so fortunate that you are there. You almost to break, destroyed. Everything is gone. And you're almost to reach Goloka Vrindavan just at the number of 99, It's just like a snake and ladder. Padam, destroyed. And what happened? You will be lost in horizon. You are disappeared. You again fall into the material of nations. You will fall into the place of repeated birth and death. When we offend a devotee, blaspheming devotee is so horrible. You can even atone your sin of killing a cow. You can atone the sin of killing a brahmana. Okay, all that sins can be atoned. But the sin of this, what they call, the sin of offending a devotee can never be atoned. And the one and only person that can forgive you and to accept you, to say that person who has all that power to re-establish your relationship with Krishna is that devotee that you have offended. Blaspheming devotee is such a horrible thing to do. When we blaspheme the devotee, when we try to again, is what, see how Bhaktivinoda Thakur is bringing the topic. First he talk about Atyahara, then he talk about Prayasa, then he talk about Prajalpa. Prajalpa, he start to put one by one. Now he's coming to the point of offending the devotee. Okay? We have all imperfect senses. We must understand that. None of us are perfect. Our eyes are not perfect, need to be corrected by glasses. I can go on talking, but I need to moisture my throat by drinking water. All right. I cannot go on talking because I need to reinforce my energy by taking prasadam, breakfast or lunch later. Then I have to loosen myself after by getting up and stretching my hand and leg. We have so much of imperfect things. How can we find a fault on others when we ourselves are imperfect? Just like a cripple calling another person a cripple. All right. It's quite common, you know. Like for instance, okay, when I got this realization, let me tell you, I mean, the thing was, because when you are always in Krishna, I always like to relate back to Krishna. Example, I used to call one guy Gundan, hey, fatty. All right. So I used to say, hey, fatty bum bum, Gundan, you know, like that, you know. Until the day, one day, he just turned back and he says, no, hey, you also a fat fella, you know, you're also a fatty, you're calling me fatty. I started to realize, oh, yeah, I'm also a fatty and I'm calling others a fatty. So I have that fault of being fat and I didn't realize, and I start to call and criticize and make fun of people of being fat. So where do we stand? We don't stand in anywhere. When I have that perfection, I have no right to look at others' imperfection. I'm imperfect, senses, and I do that. So this is something that is totally against. That is the very important topic that started. That we're going to speak today. All right. So speech in the form of blaspheming the sadhu. So what are the speech? Sometimes when we go and check out online, internet, oh, these person have this, right? So suddenly we hear, all right, especially the talks from the Ritvik, you know, they criticize the sadhus and everything. All right, they have done whatever they have done, dosa kirtan. Dosa means fault. So they start to sing and glorify, oh, this play like that, this play like that, everything is dosa kirtan. But when we go and read that, you will become part of it. You will become part of that dosa kirtan. Example, a veterinarian finds the cow healthy. All right? What is the thing? He just finds the cow doesn't have any disease, it's healthy. All right? Then he approves, says that, okay, the cow is healthy. Give a certificate, cow is healthy. But that fellow go and slaughter the cow, the veterinarian still have to bear the sin. Because when the cow is killed, 6 people have to bear the sin. The one who approves it, veterinarian. The one who transports it, the driver. And before that, the one the one who sells it, that means the farmer. The one who transports it, the driver. The one who kills it, the one who cooks it. All right, the one who kills it, the one who buy and cook, and the 6th one, the one who eats that beef. So what is that sin? Every fur in that cow's body, every fur, you know how many furs? We cannot count it. Every fur in the body of a cow, a person has to be born and killed. Right? Either the person will be killed in the womb, in abortion, or that fellow will never have a distinct, or maybe, you know, he'll be killed. All right. So like that. So similarly, when you go and read certain things about certain issues about a devotee, especially in this what they call in the internet, you know, like a Ritvik group and all these things, you are actually part of that blaspheming. Because when you read, the person who wrote it, he can see there. Like for instance, now I'm you know, in my YouTube classes, right? In YouTube, now I see how many people have watched that. All right? Oh, 10 people have watched that, 20 people have watched. Say like I've said something very nasty about a devotee. You just go there and just watch and come out. But I have that thing. That means the person, Padita Tarna, have came in and watched, oh, okay, the number is there. You became the part of that number. It is not worth it. Blaspheming devotee is horrible. Horrible. Even if the devotee is fallen, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? All right? Declare it boldly, Arjuna, my devotee never perishes. Right? When a child became very rebellious, the father does not reject the child. But the father rejects the child superficially. I don't want to see your face. Get out from my house. But deep in his heart, he'll be still wondering when my son will come back. The time when the son's birthday comes, he start to remember how he was born, how he was a child. The fondness will be always there. Similarly, Krishna will throw out people and after that pull them back. All right? But you have no right to talk about that. Like sometimes they used to say, the 11 acharyas that Prabhupada have created, so this thing happened, that thing happened, all these kind of nonsense things happen. I think some of you have heard it. If you have not heard it, don't even think about hearing it. It's not necessary. So what I always think, in fact, in my previous Bhakti Sastra class and all these things, they have done something very wonderful service, right? They have done something very, very wonderful service. Example, okay, I give you one example, like just now what we studied just now. Sometimes when you talk about others for nourishment, why not we speak about it? So we talk about this. Like Hamsadutta Swami, Hamsadutta, one of Prabhupada's senior devotee, senior disciple. So what happened? Okay, let's look at his negative part. The negative part, he was a sannyasi, then he fell from sannyas, then he remarried his former wife. Then after that he came out from ISKCON, then he was arrested by police or some issues. And he became they rejected and all this kind of thing. The people used to criticize him and everything. But when you look at that positive side, if it's not because of Hamsadutta, there will be no ISKCON Germany. Do you know that? He's a German American. All right, he's a descendant German American. He brought ISKCON to Germany. And today there's so many pure devotees have created in Germany. Do you think Krishna will forget his sacrifice, his job? Do you think Prabhupada will give up on him? Another big issue that always we like to talk is Harikesh Maharaj. Harikesh Maharaj gone. He had so much of devotees and everything. All right, that's a bad part, negative. But let's look at the positive side. Harikesh Maharaj was a personal servant of Prabhupada. And Prabhupada used to criticize him so severely. All right? He come and say, why the thing is not there? Why? Until Harikesh Maharaj, that time it was Prabhu, he was so heartbroken. Why Prabhupada scold me like this? He has his personal servant. He just ring the bell. If he's late, if he bring the water, not enough or so low or so, every step Harikesh Prabhu takes, Prabhupada criticize him severely. All right? One day he was so heartbroken, he was telling to another fellow devotee, I don't know what I have done. Why Prabhupada became so angry with me? Why I'm getting so criticized? He was so heartbroken. He was crying. And that's when the Sankirtan devotees came back. The devotees go out and preach and distribute books, coming back. And Prabhupada was fuming. He was very angry. But when the devotees came, Prabhupada suddenly changed and his face became enlightened. He became so happy and welcomed them and asked them to sit and tell Harikesh, bring prasadam for them. And Harikesh started to realize, wow, Prabhupada treat all these devotees so nicely and severely treating me. I think in order to please Prabhupada, I have to take up Sankirtan. Then, after everything done, he went and humbly told Prabhupada, dear Srila Prabhupada, I think I want to give up being your personal servant. Then Prabhupada looked at him. Then, what are you going to do? I want, because he was so, he wanted to take the biggest risk to please Srila Prabhupada. He wanted to take the huge risk to make Prabhupada happy. I said, so what are you going to do? And Harikesh Prabhu said, well, I think I want to take risk to go into communist bloc, to go to all the communist country and preach. And Prabhupada started to beam. And he said, yes, that is what you're supposed to do. See how spiritual master trained the disciple. One is through instruction. Second is through gesture. A spiritual master is full of instruction. And he went and dare enough to sneak into what they call Russia, sneak into East German. East Germany was what they call was communist. Romania. If you were caught around 1970s, 60s, 70s, early 70s, or even 80s, if you were caught in any of these countries, you will be smashed into pieces. When we sometimes see the way the Taliban deals slaughter, at least they are still not so bad, right? You know how the KGB kills a person, KGB, the Russian spy? They tie one hand to one horse, tie another hand to one horse, tie the leg to one horse, tie another leg to one horse. And immediately they go, all your limbs will be broken off. Your hand will be broken, and will be pulled out from your body, and this hand will be pulled out, your leg, everything. Only your face, your head, and the body only. And the person will be... Imagine the amount of crazy thing they have done. The KGBs, the secret service of this communist country. You simply catch. You know, like last time also we've seen like Albania, right? What they call? Bosnia. You know, the Bosnia-Herzegovina. Bosnia. You know, the way the communists killed all that people. They cut off their, what they call their, first thing they go catch them, they cut off their genitals. When the force went in, they took one big thing full of genitals and let them live without genitals for this thing. That is how crazy they are. And because of Harikesh Maharaj, today, when you see the entire communist bloc has collapsed. There's so many devotees emanated from Russia, Ukraine, all the Russian blocs. Okay, that time they call USSR. USSR, United States Soviet Republic, Soviet something like that. Okay, so the USSR, he went in. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, even when we see some devotees who are make a mistake, when you see that, you just simply pray to Krishna, pray to Prabhupada, oh dear Prabhupada, pray to Krishna, can you please kindly help these devotees? Please help him to revive back. If you are senior to them, you can humbly go and say, my dear Prabhu, I saw you doing this like this yesterday. If you need any help, I'm always there to help you, Prabhu. Can I help you on this? All right? Sometimes when you're addicted to certain kind of addiction, it's okay to go, why not you go to hospital and get some help? Get some help and all this. But don't go and do dosa kirtan. I saw him drinking beer yesterday. So all this, even that's offense. But what I'm saying is, we are not talking about this fallen devotee. We are talking about good standing devotees. To create inauspiciousness, to give a wrong, false information. What? So they say, so what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is mentioning, devotees are sadhus. By blaspheming them. Sometimes we also hear, all right? Sometimes we also see that we are in this Gaudiya Vaishnava, and of course Gaudiya Vaishnava is what they call, it is well diversified. Okay, well diversified. So we have within ISKCON we have diversity, like Ritvik, and of course there's Gaudiya Math, and Gaudiya Math got varieties of Gaudiya Math and all these things, right? So according to Sarvabhauma Prabhu, he's one of the senior disciple of Prabhupada, very old disciple. He's the one who created Bhakti Charu Swami. He's the one who brought Bhakti Charu Swami into devotional service. Where he was my Nectar of Devotion teacher in VIH, Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education. He said this. Even in Ritvik, all right, people are all get into that, or sometimes they lure into that, or some or other they join Hare Krishna through that. It is all still okay. So it is the mercy of Radharani and Srila Prabhupada, because they're also doing a fantastic job. They're also doing a great job. They're also distributing books. They're also doing what you think, right? Then you talk about Gaudiya Math. So all these things, of course, superficially, there is division. That person is that person is this. But we as a devotee want to achieve the highest perfection. We want to achieve the highest perfection of prema bhakti. We must respect them and not to blaspheme them. Blaspheming them, you are asking for trouble. We have studied that in a Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, under the category of how, okay, now you associate with devotee, and what type of devotee? There are 3 types of devotee: Kanistha, Madhyama, and Uttama. And Rupa Goswami is saying, even you see Kanistha Adhikari, the Kanistha, and I also explain who is Kanistha. The Kanistha Adhikari is the one who only worship the Lord but don't respect the devotees. Disrespect the devotees. All right, and they always misbehave. They can be super duper nasty. But even you see that person, mentally honor them. All right, because they are distinct. And of course, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also mentioned, there's a purport in, I think, verse 8. Verse 8 purport, if I'm not mistaken, it says, what they call, what can? I always like the story. What Khan is that? Satyaraj Khan. Satyaraj Khan asked Lord Chaitanya, my dear Lord, who is Vaishnava? And he said, anyone who chant the name of Krishna Hari even once are considered Vaishnava. Right? So, it's very important. So, blaspheming sadhus is very dangerous. Okay? And not only that, even blaspheme anyone is dangerous. Sometimes you're not happy with some prime minister, you just simply write about him. All these are blasphemy, which is not necessary. We have to be very easy. So even it's also mentioned here, by blaspheming the supreme pure Lord Mahadev, Prajapati Daksha, the best of ascetic, met with severe inauspiciousness. All right? Even, yeah, shortly I'll come back to you. So what is that story about? The blaspheming of supremely pure Mahadev, Mahadev Lord Shiva. So Prajapati Daksha is actually the father-in-law. The father-in-law, or the means his daughter Daksha, Dakshayani married Lord Shiva, and Prajapati Daksha was not interested. He was not interested. He's telling his daughter, "You are so beautiful. You want to marry this girl, but ascetic." He sits in the graveyard. He puts all that garland of skull. He's not properly dressed. He's not properly. He doesn't look properly, and his body is full of ash from the crematorium. You want to marry him? So somehow or other, she ran away and get married. So girls running away, getting married, it's not something new. It happened even those days. And Prajapati Daksha became so pissed off, so angry. And he's the best of ascetic. He criticized, oh, that flow, these flow, that, you start to speak so badly about Lord, until the Dakshayani, the daughter, can't take it, she engulfs herself. Anyway, it's a story in Bhagavatam. But because of that, he went into a severe inauspicious situation. Lord Shiva come and cut off his head. But then after that, put a goat head on him. All right, all these things you can read in Srimad Bhagavatam. So blaspheming destroys. Yes, Vivan.
Harish Prabhu, Dr. Pranam. Harish Prabhu.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Prabhu. Well, in regards of the blaspheming, Prabhu, okay, just now Prabhu said one said on the good standing, on criticizing on the good standing devotees, the one who following the 4 regulative principle and do regularly chanting 16 round or above that. On another situation, Prabhupada, the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says that anyone who considers the person who tell the name of Hari is considered as a devotee. Yeah, okay. If that's the case, a person who didn't, a devotee, I'm not talking about Malays, so I mean Malays or the one who practicing other belief system. I'm talking about a person who he's a devotee, a person a devotee is an example, but didn't follow the 4 regulative principle fully, and then but still intending to do so much of services to the Lord. So is there any necessities that we should consider him as a kanistha, or we should consider him as a devotee Or how, Prabhu? I couldn't grasp the idea of a devotee. Which who and which who wouldn't, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Your question is, say like for instance, a person who is not a devotee, who still have this kind of habit like eating beef and all this, or say like from like Malays or Christians or something like that, but they are willing to do service. Are we consider
No,
that
no, no,
devotee?
Prabhu. This one not regard to the Abrahamic religions. I'm talking about the person who are in they trusting the Supreme God is not Krishna.
Or that
The
means they
Supreme
have
God,
accepted
yeah,
supreme.
they already accepted, but they
Okay,
didn't follow. They didn't follow the four regulatory principle.
all right. They don't follow the four regulative principle. That means they
Yes,
eat, they still drink, they still this thing.
yes, Prabhu.
Then what is the third one?
So how to understand whether they are devotee, or we can criticize them anytime, or we can pinpoint the mistakes they did, and then we should not consider them as a devotee. How, Prabhu? How to grasp the understanding, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Now, very good question. Anyone who are coming to temple serving, but they are not following the regulative principle, they still cannot control themselves, because the condition is such like that, they are considered, they are still a devotee. All right, they are devotee because they are trying to devote themselves. The purification happened after a thorough cleaning. So they're coming there for purification purpose. They are devotees. All right. To identify a person through their habits is not a good idea. Anyone, like for instance, we were you used to bring this one drunkard fellow to our temple, yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
And you know what happened to him last? I think when I saw him, that day he came for we booking for Thaipusam. What day was that? Monday, yeah.
Monday.
No, Monday was
Mon-
yeah, Monday night. Monday night they were supposed to Monday night. Was it Monday? Yes, Monday.
Mhm.
This K7 and all the guys were cooking in the temple. The drunkard came.
Oh,
And you know what he did?
I'm not sure, Prabhu. I don't know.
Came, he straight away offered Dandavat to the Lord. Can you imagine?
Serious, Prabhu. I didn't know.
I got a shock. For everyone's info, Vivan is a temple commander, ISKCON Ipo, and he used to bring a drunkard, a person who are always terribly drunkard, to come to the temple to do cleaning service. And of course, Vivan pays him. Vivan give him some token, right? So that day he came, and I saw him coming in, And then I was talking to one Chinese girl, right? I was talking to her Chinese girl. Then I saw him coming. He came, he looked around, and he straightway went in front of the Lord and offered full dandavat. Okay. Then after that, he got up, he look around, he did something. And in fact, he was giving instruction to someone not to put something somewhere. No, this one you should put there. So how can you call him as a non-devotee? So anyone who comes to the temple, they have some kind of attraction, either by the mercy of Vivan or from the previous birth or something like that is there. He came, he offered food. I was like dumbstruck. That's when I called you. You didn't answer because you were in Kelantan. I was
When this thing happened, Prabhu?
afternoon, Monday afternoon. All right.
Oh,
All of them were cooking for Prashadam for Thaipusam Eve. So he offered Dandavat Pranam. Then after that he got up. Then I saw him, he's looking around. Then after that he went in front of Prabhupada, in front of Krishna. He was just staring and I don't know what he was saying. And after that I didn't see him. So we are all, this is how a devotee is created. They are known as devotees. We have to offer them. So what happens? So when you criticize means what? When you are a senior, you see a junior, you need to criticize that what you're doing is not right. You must do this, do that. That is different. Criticism is different. That means when you criticize straight face to face is okay. But criticism behind the back is called dosa kirtan. Dosa kirtan. And when you want to criticize someone, you must be superior to that person. Only the superior criticize the inferior. When the inferior criticize the superior, it's called blasphemy. It's offense. Sorry, if the inferior criticizes superior face to face, it is offending the devotee. It's an argument. But if the inferior criticizes the devotee behind his back, it is called blasphemy. So, everyone, around 90% people around in this world are somehow or other they are in the Kanistha Adhikari platform. Even when you study about Nectar of Devotion, Siddhu Bindu, right? Even in that Uttama Adhikari also got 3 divisions. Kanistha Uttama Adhikari, Madhyama Uttama Adhikari, and Uttama Uttama Adhikari. It's very detailed. It's blow your head off. But anyway, now here we are just talking about respect everyone. If the person is inferior to you, you criticize him. When the person is superior to you, you speak it nicely, but make your point strong. You know, sometimes you say, Prabhu, I think you need to do this. Okay, and somehow I like you because you don't impose your idea, you just suggest. That's the best way. All right? So that is not blaspheming. Blaspheming means is like what happened have you studied the story of Prajalpa Daksha? Vivan?
Yes, Prabhu.
You studied the book, right? Bhagavatam, Prajapati Daksha. What Prajapati Daksha did?
He blasphemed Lord Shiva because of his physical appearance and then the doings and then the...
Understand. Did Lord Shiva is there? Was he there when he criticized?
No.
That,
Okay.
and to whom he blasphemed?
His wife, Sati.
Yes, Sati. Dakshayani. So Dakshayani was there, spoke to Dakshayani about the husband.
Yes.
So then he broke Dakshayani's heart. All right. And of course, he criticized what he have done. Shiva means what? Pure. And Lord Shiva is our authority in Vaishnava. Sometimes, as a devotee, we also should not criticize Lord Shiva and any of the devas. Sometimes when a devotee becomes so excited, they start to criticize Deva. These are nonsense, mundane, bogus. No. They are in that position because of what? In fact, they have a direct audience of, they have met in Shirodakshay Vishnu. Anyway, I don't go into the topic. So, offending a Deva and offending Mahadeva like Lord Shiva and offending devotees, blaspheming, to say something bad about them, to say something that does not exist about them, that they have not done that, and to criticize their appearance. Formerly, that fellow born from a low caste, you know. And today, he have taken Brahmana and he's acting so big. So, we are learning this. If any of you are having this, and any of you in YouTube channel are watching this, think about it. Right? So, always use your tongue to chant the holy name of the Lord and to glorify the devotees. Let's not to look at any of this, okay? So, I hope you all get this idea, because I need to stress this point, because this is the most dangerous thing that can destroy your bhakti from the core. Right? In other words, ஆணி வேர்ல விஷத்தை வச்சு கொல்றது. ஒரு செடியை கொல்றது மேலாப்புல விஷம் அடிக்கலாம். ஆனா இந்த செடியை கொல்றது வந்து எப்படின்னா வேர்ல விஷத்தை ஊத்துறது. You take the paraquat and pour at the வேர். What happened? There's no way you can revive that tree. Right? So it's very important. Blaspheming devotee is very dangerous. Even if you're not happy with the devotee, even you're frustrated with the devotee, everything, just leave it to Krishna, because you should understand that I am not this body. Because the thing is, the physical, that means my face and my appearance and Vivan's appearance, we cannot get along, clash. But deep in our this thing, we are all united as Paramatma, as a Jivatma. We are all eternal servant of Krishna. And imagine Vivan is going to be my terrible enemy. I hate him to my core. At the time I'm die when I want to leave my body, I just think about Vivan. Vivan, I hate you for my die. Right? And that time Vivan's daughter is pregnant. She got married. And suddenly she became pregnant. And you know what? Since I'm thinking of Vivan, I will born as Vivan's grandson. Now what happened to me? So Vivan became my beloved grandfather. Okay? Because when Subhash Chandra Bose went and approached Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he said, you got so many young people, I need them to liberate India. I say, what's the point of liberating India for what? If what happened one day, now in this birth, you're always thinking about the British. Okay, when you give up this body, next birth, you're born as a British. What happened? You're going to come back to India and suppress the India. So it's a mode of, in the mode of nature, according to the body that we acquired, we act accordingly. So similarly, there's no one, there will be a situation where you become not happy. You become not happy. But always associate with the devotee who are mature enough. I did that mistake, honestly. And you know who corrected me? Vivan corrected me.
Prabhu, not me, la Prabhu. No, Prabhu. Don't me, Prabhu. All Krishna's mercy. Not me, bro. All this Prabhupada mercies, la Prabhu. Not me, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hey, Prabhu, please don't talk about this.
Mm.
You know, I was talking about something and I got carried away. You know, these bloody Prabhu. And in fact, I was not talking about who? Not even, I think, not a exalted person, you know, just like a normal person, you know. I said, Prabhu, then he just said, Prabhu, please, I don't want to hear any wrong things about you. Then things strike me. Then after that, I start to think, yeah, even is a new person who are going for Harinam, and for me to put this kind of things, I'm poisoning his mind. I'm spoiling his budget. And that is blasphemy. And even made me realize. So you must have a close association of a devotee and choose the devotee. That's why they say, when you see a Kanistha, offer obeisances. When you see a Madhyama, respect. And you see Uttama, just think. So you must have a person who can check and balance with you. A devotee who are very close to you, you can talk to him. Sometimes when you get frustrated against someone, you talk, then another devotee will come, please, Prabhu, Padita Tarna, please don't talk about them. You know? So then suddenly, oh yeah, correct. Even took me actually, honest. And my gratitude to Vivan. So like that.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, definitely. Like that, you must have one or two devotees who are very close to you. All right? You must have one devotee who are very close and dear to you, where you can open. That's why in Nectar of Instruction, open your mind in confidence, inquire confidentially. What is inquiry sometimes? Prabhuji, I heard that devotee is such a confidentially. Don't go and do Dosa Kirtan. Don't upload in your Facebook or Instagram or say that this or like that. If anyone says something like that to you, just simply accept as the mercy of Krishna. You do not need to retaliate. You do not need to prove any point. Because end of the day, these people are not going to take you back home, back to Godhead. Your sadhana. Now it's 10:12. Shall we take a short break? Right? I need to go to washroom. So just take a short break, 2-3 minutes. Think about what I have said. Then we're going to continue shortly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Yes, welcome. All right. So let's continue. Okay. So, okay. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, in 10, chapter 10, text 4. Canto 10, chapter 4, text 46. Ayu Shriyam Yasho Dharmang Lokan Ashisha Evacha Anti Shreyansi Sarvani Punsho Mahat Atikrama. My dear king, when a man persecutes a great soul, all his benediction of longevity, beauty, fame, religion, blessings, and promotion to higher planet will be destroyed. Can you see this? My dear king, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it's mentioned here. Please underline this thing in your book. When a man persecutes great soul, when a man is mentioned here, right? It's mentioned here, a man. when a man, that means anyone, persecutes a great soul, all his benediction, எல்லா வகையான ஆசீர்வாதங்கள், longevity, நீண்ட ஆயுள், beauty, அழகு, fame, புகழ், religion, ஆன்மீகம், blessings, ஆசீர்வாதம், and promotion to higher planet. That means heavenly planet, planet of what they call it, going to this heaven, going to this what is Brahmaloka, even Vaikuntaloka, even Goloka Vrindavan will be destroyed. Anti Shrayamadi Sarvani Pungsha Mahat Atikrama, all will be destroyed. So the conclusion of this essay is this. So now what they call Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, what is the conclusion of this essay? All right, on this topic is this. All right, he says that whatever Prajalpa is not favorable for devotional service should be carefully given up by Vaishnava who are cultivating bhakti. Please underline this statement. Whatever. So the conclusion is the essay of Prajalpa is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying. He is coming to that conclusion. And what conclusion he says? Whatever Prajalpa, idle talking is not favorable for devotional service, which is not going to be favorable for devotion, should be carefully given up by Vaishnava who are cultivating bhakti. Again, make sure you have your journal. If you are not started your daily journal, do it today itself. Because if you don't do it, you are not sure what is actually happening in your life. You are just another random person. Example, today you criticize someone. What had triggered the criticism? So next day, when you have the same environment, same situation, you will know, yes, that day I got that triggered. So you try to avoid that situation. So whenever you had that thing that you have criticized someone, don't feel shy. Go to him, write a letter to him and ask forgiveness or text him. Okay. When you text a person or when you want to write a person or when you approach a person, okay, another important thing, let me tell you, this is quite common. Whenever you try to, whenever you offend a person, okay, you're going to him to ask for forgiveness, right? So what is the suggestion? As Bhakti Bharhat Bhagavata Maharaj once said, write to him, write a heartfelt letter that you have done such a mistake. Write to him. Or you can even text to him, send a text. Or you can even send a voice message. All right. But above all, the best is to go to him personally and fall at his feet and ask for forgiveness. That's the best. But after that, we should regret our act. We must be remorse. No, I mean, we must always say, how foolish I am to say something. You must be remorse. Not simply for the sake, it's not a lip service. It has to come from your heart. But when you ask that forgiveness, please remember this one word. If you get a child, if you have got a paper and pen with you, please write down this. Please write it down. If not, take your video or just go back to this thing and listen to this video again. Or you take your phone and even can record this. Remember this thing. Whenever you're going to ask for a forgiveness, don't say this word. Prabhu, whatever offense that I've done against you, please forgive me. That means, what are you trying to tell? You are trying to say that whatever offenses that I might mistake. So, and the devotee will be wondering, what did you do to me? Go specifically to the offense that you have done. Even Prabhu, please forgive me for my offense of saying something bad about you, like this. Right? I said something bad about you like this. I blaspheme you. I know you heard about it and I know you have heartbroken. I'm such a fool. Kindly forgive me. Go specific to that point. Don't go and say, even Prabhu, whatever offense that I've done against you, kindly forgive me. So when we're going to say like that, when we're going to use the word kindly forgive me for whatever offense. That means you still have not accepted the fact that you have done such an offense. Go specific to the point. Kindly forgive me for the offense that I've done. Don't randomly say kindly. So they say, oh, really? Then don't go, okay, I've done offense on Vivan Prabhu, but I see Vivan Prabhu study I join Pancha Kalpatru Vesya, and when you do that, he also follow it. It is still go specifically. Even you want to write a letter, you want to text the thing, Prabhu, I have offended you in this way. Please kindly forgive me for this offense. All right, be specific and be brave to do about it. Because when you can do that, that's when your humbleness, all right, arises. Because in order to be perfected in your chanting, you must be as humble as a grass and as tolerant as a tree. It doesn't matter in the future, that person going to laugh at you, criticize you, or whatever. Or he can have his ego. See, that fellow came and asked forgiveness from. Let him have the pleasure. But according to your conscience, you have fall at his feet, or you have right to him, you have accept, you have said, express all you say. Right? Don't be like an elephant. Elephant bath. After taking a bath, put the sand on the head. After that, again, another scenario comes, you criticize him again. Once and for all. Yes, Vivan?
Prabhu, this one you are recalling normally what I in my marriage life I did, la, Prabhu. Whenever I make a mistake or something like that, especially to my wife, when I ask my wife forgiveness, I just ask if I hurt you, if
Yeah.
I definitely hurt her, but I will definitely say, due to my false ego, I definitely say, if I hurt you, please forgive me. So that's where the whole disaster will happen, la, Prabhu. This if, because I'm not specific. You're really true, la, Prabhu. What you say is very true, bro. Harishna, bro.
Today also. I learned something new from you also today. Yeah, sometimes I just like, especially my children, like, sometimes when they're naughty, I take I chastise them. Sometimes I whack them. Then after that, I say, whatever I've done, please forgive me. Go specific. Yes, exactly. Yeah, right. Wonderful. So remember this. Be specific in your, what is the word? In your confession. Be specific in your confession. All right. Dear Prabhu, dear Mataji, dear Guru Maharaj, please forgive me for the offenses that I've done. All right. I have said something like this. Don't justify it. No, dear Mataji, dear Prabhu, or whatever, I have done this offense because you acted like that, and because of your activity was like that, it made me angry. It reminded me. Oh, don't justify. Don't justify why you criticize them. You have made that offense. Simply repent. Don't say because you have done this, because you spoke about this, because you say something bad about me. That devotee will even come and tell me that you have done like this to me, and I got very angry. Right? Then because of this, just to counteract, I went and did about you like this. No need. Whatever. Do not need to say all this. Just forgive me, my dear Prabhu, Mataji. I have done such a grave offense on you by saying like this. All right? Just this thing. So no need to justify why you offended that person. No justification. Simply fall. There's also a story from Chaitanya Charitamrita. I can't recall. What they say, put a grass in your mouth, put a grass in the mouth and ask forgiveness or something like that. Anyway, that's too detailed. When we have opportunity, if Krishna permits us to study Chaitanya Charitamrita, we'll go. Because why I'm stressing this point, we must always come back to our intention of this Bhakti Sastra marathon. This Bhakti Sastra marathon is not like Bhakti Sastri studies or not Bhakti Vaibhava studies. We are studying the work of Goswamis and Acharyas. The Goswamis and Acharyas, what is it? Like some of you might have not even have completed your Bhagavad Gita, might not have even completed a Bhagavatam, have not even saw what is Chaitanya Charitamrita. But I think this is very important. So our goal in life, according to the Bhakti Sastra marathon, we want to go into detailed studies of work of Acharya. Because the Acharyas are creating a conclusion in the entire Sastra, Vedas. So from you going around, they say, of course, eventually we'll go there. We will study that. Of course, I also encourage you to go back, study your Bhagavad Gita if you have not studied your Bhagavad Gita. Study means what? Each and every word, like what you're doing, each and every word, study. Each and every sentence, study. Don't randomly read like that. Study each and every word. Then if you study with Bhagavatam, study your Bhagavatam. Don't feel irritated to see a long purport. Why the purport is so long? Which is sometimes very common. Chapter 1, text 1. Canto 1, chapter 1, text 1. Oh my God. Before you could read, you just go, my God, 30 pages, 60 paragraph purport. Okay, then just want to, no. Even the introduction of Bhagavad Gita is 30 pages long. Introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam. Why study? There's one part of the introduction, they talk about the life and precept about this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I know about his story, no need, no, don't do that. Study. At the same time, we gather here, we speak about the work of all our previous acharyas. So what is that intention? What is that desire? Like what that day we even, I think we even said, I want to be desireless. How can you be desireless? How can you be desireless? Desire is your natural position. That means I got an eye and I'm not going to see it. What? I got a nose and I'm not going to breathe. I'm not going to suck air through my nose. How can that be? I'm not going to use my tongue anymore. So I'm not going to give anything. Oh, you still have to eat. Like that, desire is part of us. Because of desire, we fell into this material world. And you also have to have that burning desire to go back home, back to Godhead. What is that burning desire? Burning all your anarthas, all your unwanted impurities, your ahankar, your ego, and I think that I am so and so, I am great, I am this, I am a president of so and so. All that, throw it away. Dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmat sharanam satam. Dharma projita kaitava. All religiosity that is materially motivated, you have to throw it away. That's when you'll understand Bhagavatam. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, I'm not interested. Throw away. Durena hyavaram karma. Throw all your unwanted karma. True devotion in that consciousness, surrender unto me, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Durena hyavaram karma. Similarly, in Bhagavatam, in chapter 1, text, Canto 1, chapter 1, text 2, Dharma projita kaitava. Throw all this nonsense religiosity that speaks about dharma, all right, artha, accumulating property, or moksha, going to heaven and all this, dharma, artha, kama, and desires. I want to do this, so all that, throw it away. That's when you will start to understand Vedyam Vasvata Atra Vastu Shivadam. That's when you will start to understand the pure message of Bhagavatam, which is Shivadam, which is pure. That's it. Now, when you want to practice pure devotional service, so now what do you need to do? Throw away all the anarthas. All right? Cheto darpana marjanam. That means our body is just like, our life just like a mirror. And the mirror is so tainted, so dirty. Dirt after dirt after dirt after dirt until it becomes so hard. Sometimes you take the thing you love, you clean, everything become even more dirtier. Keep cleaning until the thing becomes spotless. That's when you can see your original self. Right? But in order to do that, what do you need to do? You need to be as humble as a grass. When people step on your head, just step and just go back in your sadhana. Right? Then you have to tolerate like a tree. When people take the nail and hang the tree and everything, the tree just then tolerate. Hot sun, tolerate. The woody woodpecker will come and, the woodpecker, not woody woodpecker, is a cartoon. Woodpecker will come and make a hole. Oh, tolerate. Tolerate. That's when you can achieve the pure Nam. That's when you can achieve the pure taste of that holy name. And that is our goal. Because we are not interested in heavenly freedom. We are not want to even go to Vaikuntha Loka. We want to go back home, back to Godhead, to the place where Krishna residing with Radharani and all the gopis. We want to have the prema, the love. So in order to do that, we have to be as humble as a grass, as tolerant as the tree. It is very important. If we can't come to that level, all right, it's most likely it's impossible. Sometimes people say, so do I need to be a dumbbell? Do I need to be a dumb filler? I still have that. Why not? Why not? All right. So what is that evidence? That means in order for me to become a pure devotee, I have to be ignorant. Why not? Do I need to be a like a person who don't have any kind of what they call sorana kattavan? That means we don't have any kind of soranam. I don't know how to say it in English. No soranam. No soraname இல்லையா உனக்கு? துப்புனாலும் வாங்கிட்டு இருக்க சொரணம் இல்லாதவன் சொரண கட்டவன். Why not? So what is that evidence? What is that evidence? Of course, I don't want any of us to go through that kind of situation. The story of Jada Bharat. First was King Bharat, such a great illustrious king. That's why today the Bharat is called Bharat Varsha. The earth is called Bharat Varsha because he's the king of the earth, king of the world. Right? Bharat Maharaj. Such a great king. After that, he passed the kingdom to his grandson. He went and retired to the forest. Take Vanaprastha. When he went to the forest, suddenly he saw one deer delivered a child. When the thing was about to, the tiger wanted to attack the deer. And out of the fear, it has a miscarriage. The baby deer, doe, they call doe, D-O-E, a doe, fell into a river. When the fellow leaped, he had a miscarriage and the doe dropped into the river. And the small doe was like struggling, no, just born and fell into the river. And King Bharat saw, oh my God, how horrible is this situation? I, as the king, I have to protect it. He jumped into the water and river and saved that doe. After he saved the doe, he became so attached to the doe. He started to bring up the doe so nicely, became so attached to the doe, right? Every day he do the kirtan, he started to think about the doe, as though he's worshipping the doe. And one day, the doe disappeared. And he's still looking. Doe, where are you? Where's my deer? Where's my deer? He walked again. He had a slip, he fell, hit on his head. Right? And he's dying. Severe trauma on the head. He fell down, he was dying. Oh dear, dear. Suddenly the deer came and appeared. Oh dear, he died. And next birth, he born as a deer. But because of his piety and all his strong sadhana, he could remember his past life. He regretted. He regretted. He was almost there to go back home, but because of that small, silly things, he born in the body of a deer. So in order not to make that mistake, he went and stayed near the ashram. Some or other, after he completed the quota in a deer body, he went back, born as a human being again. He born into the family of a Brahmana as a third son. When he born in the family of a Brahmana, he could still remember his past birth. What happened? He started to become a dumb and mute. He's not dumb, he's not mute, he's super intelligent, but he acted a very like a foolish, very well-built body and everything. But he did not want to take that risk anymore. People criticize. The father says, oh, why are you such a useless tendasoor, you know, like a big buffalo, good for nothing. Stand until the father give up, the brothers all give up. Why my brother is like this? The whole clique, and they start to call him Jada Bharat. Jada means what? Jadam na settu ponada. All right, is a useless fellow. Jadam. You know, in Tamil we use the Jadam. So his name is became Jada Bharat. So he says, anyway, you're so useless. Since you got a body, what do you do? Every night I want to go and stand at the farm in our paddy field. Make sure that no thief will come and this thing. So he become a security guard. And Jada Bharat said, okay, daddy, because he's like, what say? So he just went there. He was looking. Suddenly, a group of people, they want to do Narabali. That means they want to slaughter a man for Kali. A goat or something like that. The goat escaped. And they're looking for another because they need to slaughter. Then suddenly they saw the man. Well-built body, the finger, everything in perfect system. Very vibrant. Very handsome looking. A perfect person to be slaughtered for Kali. Bhatra Kali. So they came and approached him. Said, hey, you, I want to take you. Say, where you want to take me? Said, no, I said, why you want to take me? Tell me where. No, I want to slaughter you for Kali. Huh? You want to slaughter me for Mother Kali, Bhadra Kali? Take me, come, let's go. And they all got a shock. Is this fellow crazy? Take me. And he was walking in front. He's not at the back. They didn't hold him. He was walking, come, faster, 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 come. And went straight, oh, Mother Kali, you're going to slaughter me for Mother Kali. He straight put the head on the sacrificial this thing and says, cut my head off now. Cut my head off. Faster. Mother Kali is waiting. Come on, faster, faster, faster. And before they could cut, the Bhadra Kali came on and killed everybody. It's a long story in Srimad Bhagavatam. So now the question is, do we need to be like a Jada Bharat? My answer is, why not? If you wanted to go back home, back to Godhead, after millions and trillions of births, struggling in this material wilderness, what is that so big deal for me not to be Jada Bharat? Of course, we do not imitate people. We are not asking you to become a Jadaman. But consciously, don't criticize devotees. Don't take any offense to your heart. The offense will come. The Maya is there. The Ahankar is there. Everything will come. But once the thing comes to you, remember to write it down in your journal. Today, that devotee pissed me off. I'm so pissed off with him. Why? Because this thing. Then after that pissed me off, this is. Then the third thing, because of that, I start to be very angry with him and I start to curse him in my heart. And I know it's offense. Because you have done not said outwardly, you just in your mind just say, please, devotee, even Prabhu, please forgive me. Please, please, please. Next day, or maybe the following Sunday, the same environment is coming. I'm going to do something, and suddenly I see Vivan is coming there, and I know my encounter with Vivan, I'm going to get very angry, or whatever. So immediately you go there. Hi, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, how are you doing? I say, okay, Prabhu, excuse me, Prabhu, I got something else. Just walk away from that situation that prevent you from making that offense. Why? Because you have written in your journal. Writing journal is a mandatory. I learned this from my mentor, Pran Govinda Prabhu from America, Alachua. He said, in our Bhakti, in our Chaitanya Charitamrita class, he said, write down what have you encountered and rectify it the next day through the eyes of Sastra. By doing that, you can achieve a perfect devotional situation. Because among this instruction, all right, among all this instruction, what they call Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, among this instruction, the instruction to tolerate the urge to speak mentioned is in the first verse, Vacho Vegam. Among the instruction in Nectar of instruction, he says, among the instruction to tolerate the urge to speak is the first verse. Among the instruction, there's so many instructions, right? But the first verse, Rupa Goswami says, Vacho Vegam. Control the urge of speech. Vacho. Vacho in Tamil is called Vasanam. Pesறது, Vasanam. Vasanam. Vacho Vegam. The urge to speak is the first verse. Is only a conditional urge. By giving up Prajalpa. So when we give up Prajalpa, right, the urge to speak permanently regulated. How? Permanently regulated. So when we want to give up Prajalpa, talking nonsense, idle talking, the urge to speak is permanently regulated. That means you have to speak, but your spoken is regulated. In order to pass one's life without sin, that means okay. So now, in order to pass one's life, okay, now, in order to pass one's life, you want to pass one's life without sin. That means you want to pass your life without sin, one should not speak anything more than whatever little is necessary. Isn't that simple? Please underline this statement. If you want to pass your life without sin, right? Right. So if you want to pass one's life without sin, if you want to pass your life without sin, you just simply should not talk anything more than a little necessary. One need discuss only whatever is auspicious for oneself and another. So what is auspicious to you and what is auspicious to others? Keep it that way. If one wants to discuss topic of others, it will simply be useless speech. That means topic of others. Okay, therefore, in Srimad Bhagavatam 11:28, Lord Krishna instructed Uddhava as follows. Parasvabhava karmani ya prashantati nindati sa astu sa ashu brashyati swartat asatya biniveshata. Whoever indulge in praising or criticizing, right? Nindati. Nindati means criticizing, right? So whoever indulge means what? So much into in praising or criticizing the qualities and behavior of others will quickly become deviated from his own best interest by his entanglement in these illusory dualities. All right. So what did Krishna says? Whoever indulges in praising or criticizing the qualities and behaviors of others. Is it mentioned devotee here? It's talking about in common. All right. We have to praise the devotees and not criticize the devotees. But in common, in commonality. So if you're going to indulge, you always indulge in praising, oh, you're so great. At the same time, you're so crazy. So that means we are seeing in dualities. We are seeing the dualities. All right. So these others will quickly become deviated. You immediately become deviated from his own best interest. All right. He only come out from his best interest. Why praising also included? That's the thing. Praising, what they call the common people. Huh? Oh, this minister is so good. Oh, is that, praising. You only must praise Krishna and the devotees. Huh? Other than that, praising the karmis and others are only creating. When you want to praise someone, you have some intention behind it. Yes or not? And if you criticize someone, you are also have some intention behind it. When you praise someone, you're going to create. Example, when you are in a party, all right, say in the temple, in management, all right, you are with a group. Naturally, you create enmity with big groups. You got it, Steven? So,
Okay,
when you
Prabhu.
praise, so that means you start to praise the A and criticize the B. So what happened? Quickly become deviated for your own interest. So what is your own interest? Your own interest is spiritual life. Right? So the own interest and his entanglement of illusory dualities. Okay? So with that, we had a very lengthy discussion on this aprat, aparada. Radha means Radharani. Aparada means that take you away from Radharani. Offense or blasphemy. So we must always remember that that we should not blaspheme any devotees. We should always worship the devotees and we should praise the devotees. All right. So with this, we end the session. Next, we're going to speak about niyamagraha, too much attachment or too much neglect of rules and regulations. Okay, that's going to be the topic next Monday. Or if it's okay, if Sunday morning, we have a Sunday class. Sunday evening, if it's okay with all of you, then we can have this another topic on niyamagraha. Niyamagraha is for how many paragraph? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 10 paragraph. 10 paragraph. So maybe we can do tomorrow if it's okay with all of you. Okay. So, all right. So with that, we end the session today. So now we open for questions. Any questions or any comment? I hope you get a clear picture, not a rough picture, clear picture that how important not to sadhu ninda, not to criticize a sadhu devotees. Doesn't matter in whatever condition, whatever situation, whatever background they can be. Right? You either worship them or avoid them. There's only two options. Nothing in between. Worship them, avoid them. Nothing in between. And of course, this is a thankless task, especially those who are in management. Those who are in management, sometimes they don't have a choice. That's why it's always advisable for a senior devotees, a Brahmana initiated devotees. These are the people who should stand on the management. Not any young guys, because especially managing devotees, you do not need to have some management degree or some business qualification, managing an organization environment. All these are no. You must have a senior devotees because he knows, because no one is senior than him. So as a senior, he can manage the subordinates. And we must understand, according to ISKCON standard, all the president of your center, he is a representative of your spiritual master. Therefore, we have to obediently follow his instruction in executing devotional service. So when you are listening, when there is something that is, you find it is not so favorable, kindly, humbly excuse yourself from that service or from that environment. Don't stay there and criticize and spoil everything. Sometimes okay to walk away. But how are you going to walk away? With humble set of mind. Right? Say like, for instance, there's one project. I know if I want to do this project, this flow will never come, that flow will never come. And my chairman will praise that flow and not me and all this. If anything they're going to create, you see, humbly tell it beforehand, before you commit yourself for that service. My dear Prabhu or Mataji, I think I really can't make it for this service for this time. Kindly excuse me. Just say it nicely and just you make them upset. Oh, how if you're not here, please, Mataji, I really got something. We do not need to tell lie. Please excuse me because I would prefer to do something else. Or you go tell the devotee or chairman or whatever, I prefer to do in this for this year. Not that thing. Right? So whatever. So do it humbly, do it nicely. Because this is how you're going to serve when you go to Goloka Vrindavan. When you go to Goloka Vrindavan, okay, I don't want to say it now. We will study that once we come into that topic. The way that Radharani and the gopis, there's also a party there, in Goloka Vrindavan. Party A and Party B. The one who are favorable to Radharani and the one who is not favorable for Radharani. Camp A, Camp B. It's so interesting, I'm telling you. So whatever happening in this material world is exactly the replica. Whatever happened in spiritual is a replica in material world. But the difference is, in material world, everything is pleasurable. In spiritual world, everything is pleasurable. But in material world, everything is painful and suffering. Okay? Any questions? We have another 9 minutes. Anybody would like to say something? Any takeaway? Anything that you're triggered? Any new ideas that you got? Come on, speak up. Yes, Kesavan?
Just now mentioned about this offense. If asked for the forgiveness, must not tell generally, must tell a bit specifically. That's triggered me a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Then one more thing is Vacho Vegam, urge to speak. That also must be controlled. Unnecessary talking will create problems.
Yes.
Just a little bit thing, Prabhu.
Wonderful. Wonderful. You got the most important part of the teaching. Vacho Vegam and be specific.
Okay.
Very good. Wonderful. Nice. Anyone else? Good realization. Anyone else? Is that all? Others are still wondering? Okay. So if there's no comments or there's no this thing, we end the session here. Thank you so much for your time. And please do remember, I am not saying anything from my own opinion. It's all opinion of what I've studied in this book called Haridas Thakur, Chinta Harinam Chintamani, and also from all the previous acharyas. Nothing of this is my own opinion. So it's very important. Don't think how you're going to do it. Just surrender to Krishna. Krishna will guide you how to do it. In fact, everything in this material world, we are trying to do through our intelligence. But end of the day, we go to the, what they call, we are always end up in trouble or end up in this crossroad. We don't know where to go, right? But here, once we accepted Krishna and accepted Prabhupada as our spiritual master, and you have your personal Diksha Guru, so we are in the right place, and let Krishna inspire you from the heart. Till then, have a beautiful day. If it's okay, tomorrow evening, we can continue. Maybe tomorrow Sunday evening. I don't think so any of the Sunday evening centers, classes are running. It's only Sunday morning or Saturday evening. So if it's available, maybe I'll put it in the group, see how many people can make it. If at all we can make it, we can start at 6:30 to 9:30. All right, 6:30 to 7:30, 8:30. 7 to 9. 6:30 to 9 or something like that. Okay. So till then, have a beautiful day. And I please don't miss any of that Saturday program. We have many ISKCON centers have Saturday program. Please go and join them. And those who are in Ipoh, there's a program in Sungai Siput today. And our ISKCON Ipoh program is tomorrow morning, Sunday morning feast. So please come and join. And all the centers, like I think in Penang, I think Bunis, I think also there morning, right? Sunday in Todu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, what time your program starts in Todu?
I think around 11:30 the Bhagavad Gita class will start, Prabhu.
Before that, Kirtan on?
Yeah, they'll have Kirtan all before that.
What time they start the program? 9 o'clock? 10 o'clock?
I think 9 o'clock, Prabhu.
You think, why? You don't 10 o'clock.
Actually, my mother is in here, Prabhu.
Your mother is where?
My mother is Sheila. I'll have to ask her first.
Oh, your mother is Sheila.
Yeah,
So
yes, Prabhu.
you go to Nibong Tabal. She's asking the mother now. All right. Please, one word of, I humbly ask you, don't go during Prashadam. Please go and attend all the full program. Go for morning Kirtan, Guru Puja, then continue 9 a.m. Kirtan. Yes, go to 9 o'clock, go for Kirtan, then after Kirtan, then after that, Tulsi Puja, all the thing, then 10 o'clock, 10:30, Bhagavad Gita class, full program. Like we have seen so many temples, they just come during Prasadam time. Until then, there'll be no people. Suddenly you see in Prasadam hall got so many people. I'll be wondering from where these people came. Right? I know Prasadam is part of the devotional service, exciting part of devotional service, but also you have to feed your mind and intelligence, right? Not only your stomach. Your mind and intelligence also need to be fed. Like in Ipoh, our program starts at 10:30. 10:30, and our class starts at 10:30, 11:30 we start our class. In Ipoh, we have a long classes. We have our Friday, Sunday classes, roughly from around 2 hours. 11:30 to 11 to 12:30, yes. 1 hour, 1 hour something, all right? So anyway, please don't go during Prashadam time. Please attend the full program. Associate with devotees. Dance with devotees for the pleasure of the Lord. Till then, have a beautiful day. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha paditanam pavinebhyo vaishnave bhayo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Have a nice day. Gauranga.